Hey, it's me, Jen again, and I'm back after 4 long months of a hiatus that I didn't really plan. So today I'm going to catch you up on everything that's been going on with me. Stick around. Hey everyone! So the main purpose of this channel is to educate people about non-surgical procedures for thyroid nodules. But today I'm going to go a little off topic and talk about some of the crazy stuff that's been going on with me for the last 4 months. If that's not interesting at all to you, that's okay. Feel free to skip ahead to this point in the video. If you want to hear what's been going on, this is what happened. I published my last video in September of 2019, and I actually had some really great content prepared for my next video. Stay tuned for that video soon. It's an interview with a doc. Unfortunately, I got to be a little under the weather after my last video dropped, and I never got around to making that next video. Just about the time I was feeling better and ready to jump back in the saddle, we had a bit of a disaster in our home. This is our laundry room. As you can see, there's no washing machine. And the reason is because in the middle of a cycle, the washing machine door seal quit and no warning whatsoever. And all the water inside went out, went all over the floor and underneath those 2 walls. That wall is our kitchen and there are cabinets on that wall. And on the other side of that wall is our pantry. And that whole area is hardwood, as well as our mudroom. So water was everywhere. It came out here. It was in here. It came out from under these cabinets and it went all the way over there to the island. And it was over here in the pantry. And it just made a huge, huge, huge mess. Because the renovation was so extensive, we actually had to move out of our house temporarily. And we got an apartment. So actually one of the best things about living in this apartment building is this really cool Starbucks machine that lets you get free Starbucks drinks. Ta-da! Pretty nifty. It was pretty nice, actually. We really didn't mind living there, except for the fact that it was the next town over and required a fair amount of driving every day. I ended up spending about 3 hours a day in the car. You may have figured out, based on the fact that you hear that, is my poor little 3-year-old had to spend all of those hours in the car with me. Needless to say, she was not a happy camper. Yeah, lots of meltdowns. I did not have any free time whatsoever, and I was exhausted. Had I had any free time, I probably wouldn't have been able to make any content for you guys because I was just fried. I just don't have the words to describe for you how much chaos there was. So kind of to give you a little perspective, this is the room I usually shoot my videos in. And if I just kind of pan around to the other side, you can see there's still some stuff here that I have not yet gotten to put away. But this entire room was full of furniture, as well as my bedroom and a storage unit. So yeah, our house was it was basically like we moved because everything had to get moved around except for like the beds and stuff. I'm so very, very thankful that now that our renovation is done, that we're back in our home and we get to sleep in our own beds again. Let's move on to something else that happened while I was gone during the last 4 months. Okay, take a look at my neck. It's getting really so much better. In fact, I have started to see the beginning of a neck notch, which I haven't had in like 15 years. That's exciting. So during this time, I had my 3-month and my 6-month follow-up from my radiofrequency ablation procedure that I had last July. In October, I had my 3-month follow-up ultrasound and appointment with my local ENT. Prior to my procedure, my doctor was not aware of RFA and didn't offer it in his practice. If you recall from my previous video, I had to travel to another state to have this procedure done. But my local ENT had agreed that he would be my local follow-up doctor. He saw that there had been a 50% reduction in the size of my nodule. Also, if you don't recall, in that video I talked about my doctor was able to treat only 80% of the nodule, and it was the upper 80%. The remaining portion of it was too low. It was behind my collarbone. Can you imagine how big this thing must have been if it was behind this? So he treated the upper portion, and he told me that as that upper portion shrank, the lower portion would just move up into a more accessible location that we could treat at a later time. Considering all of that, a 50% reduction in size was really great. With my positive results in hand, I was very excited to go visit my local ENT office. Unfortunately, I did not have the positive experience that I had hoped for. My doctor, even though I had very positive results, didn't seem interested in hearing anything I had to say. He seemed irritated with me that I took my case to another doctor. And unfortunately, he didn't want to hear anything I had to say or learn anything about this amazing procedure. As a side note, this is unfortunately not an isolated case. Many times people have experienced a doctor taking offense to a patient doing what they felt was best for them. Now, I'm not trying to stir up disagreements between doctors and patients here, but I feel that it's very important that I say patients must advocate for themselves. Doctors don't have to spend the rest of their life in your body. You do. And so it's very important that you make wise medical decisions based on your medical history. And even if a doctor doesn't feel concerned about some things that you've gone through, it's okay if you are. This doctor wasn't at all concerned about my difficult medical history, past surgeries, my drug allergies, post-operative infections, you name it. He was not concerned. I had even been advised previously to never have surgery again unless my life depended on it. I knew in my gut that I just couldn't have surgery again. So I made the decision on my own to have RFA, and that was the best decision for me. After consulting with my RFA doctor via email, we decided to wait 3 more months before reevaluating and scheduling the treatment for the remaining 20% of my nodule. In January, I had my 6-month follow-up ultrasound and learned that my nodule had started around 65 to 75 milliliters and had shrunk down to 29 milliliters. This was greater than a 50% reduction in size. I'm excitedly awaiting a Skype medical consult with my doctor in Virginia, at which point we will discuss treating the remaining 20%. I can't wait to have it done and be rid of this thing once and for all. If you're looking for more information about RFA for solid nodules or PEI for thyroid cysts, please consider joining our Facebook group, thyroid RFA and PEI testimonials. The link is in the description. We're up to over 550 members now. We have more resources, more patient testimonials, and our list of known RFA providers is growing. In this group, people are arming themselves with invaluable information and sharing experiences that can help so many. Together, we can help more people save their thyroids and preserve their quality of life. Stay tuned until next time when I find out what's going to happen with my second treatment. I don't even know yet. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing and share it with someone you know who might find this information helpful. Take a look at these videos here to learn more about how this whole thing got started and why I was so adamant that I did not want to have surgery. Until next time, I hope that you'll always remember to be your own health advocate.